Joining us from New York is Rabbi Yisrael David Weiss, spokesperson for Neutral Carta International. Hello, Rabbi. Good day to you, and thank you for joining us on the program. It's very disheartening to see a policy that we all know is strictly targeting the civilian population, including extremely vulnerable women and children that have been displaced multiple times. Not Hamas, but the women and children of Gaza, Rabbi.
We can just say that the Jewish people around the world, and with the help of the Almighty, I should be able to convey the message of the Almighty and the message of the Jewish people true to the Torah. We are not only concerned, we are crying, we are hurting, we are frustrated. What is happening to the people of Gaza, and with the audacity of the state of Israel to call themselves the state of Israel, to call themselves the Jewish state, to use my religion to perpetrate this genocide. We have pictures of, I don't know if you can see, these are this week, Sunday, besides every other day, there's the large demonstrations. These are happening in Jerusalem. The senior rabbis are here on the dais, and the multitude of tens of thousands demonstrating in the streets of Jerusalem. They are being beaten. They are standing and protesting, especially now, as you would maybe know, and your audience, your distinguished audience knows, that they are trying to forcefully take the Jewish religious students into the army, induct them into the army, and of course they're refusing to go. So the upheaval in Jerusalem is tenfold now, because the voice of the Jewish people are out there screaming and saying, not only are you perpetrating this murder and the oppression of our brothers and sisters, the people of Gaza and Palestine, but you are asking of us that we should go and join you to perpetrate this crime. This will not happen. It will not be. Our Torah as Jews tells us that we should not kill or steal, and that we are forbidden to have a state, and that you, the state of Israel, are simple heretics and sinners and criminals against the Almighty, against Judaism, against the Torah. You may wave the Star of David, but it means nothing. So we are having the Jews around the world, including in Al-Quds in Jerusalem and Mea Shearim, who are on the streets presently right now demonstrating and voicing their anguish for the people of Gaza.
You know, Rabbi, I mean, we see the way that the Israelis right now are treating Gazan families. And to your point, I grew up around the Jewish people in Los Angeles. Some of my closest friends, I was a Muslim among 10 Jews friends in high school. We were 2 Muslims and about 9 or 10 Jewish kids in our crowd. Some of those educated, compassionate, God-fearing, honest people. And I cannot imagine that people that claim to be of that fate could do this to the women and children of Gaza, because the people that I know of the Jewish faith are completely different in character, in class, in every single quality you would see in a human than what I am seeing taking place in the besieged Gaza Strip, Rabbi.
Yeah, you see, unfortunately, as you are well aware, and you are speaking about on your program, that you were mentioning how the influence on the politicians is such that both in the Democratic and Republican fields, they are supported and backed by, for instance, AIPAC, American Israeli Political Alliance Committee. The Zionists, unfortunately, portray to the world a image as if the Palestinians are inhumane and they hate the Jews, and that the Muslims hate the Jews, and that this is a religious conflict between Muslims and Jews. This is so deplorable, so false and repugnant and painful, because as in Iran, we know that the Jews, as we've seen, and we still see to today, that the Jews are respected and protected, and that the conflict and the opposition is not to Judaism or Jewish people, it's to the occupation, to the stealing of the land of the Palestinians. Yet the PR, the most expensive public relations groups are paid to tell the world that the Palestinians are vicious and against the Jewish people and want to kill the Jews. This is the way they are able to hijacked the minds of a lot of people in the United States and Europe. They are portraying a false narrative. We cannot be silent. And thank God the students and the student bodies and many thousands and tens of thousands of Jews now on campuses of the universities and around the world are standing up, and at the cost of their jobs, their livelihoods, and so forth, and being accused of being anti-Semitic and self-hating Jews, they are out there and demanding a distinction between Judaism and Zionism, and that there should be a condemnation of what the Zionists are doing and an immediate stop to their murder, what they're doing in Gaza. Still in all, we have not accomplished yet that the politicians should stop being intimidated by the Zionists. But we are attempting, we are out there tirelessly, the very religious Jewish communities in Al-Quds in Jerusalem and in the United States and in Europe, in London and so forth. We are together with the students on the campuses, and we are pleading and with the leaders of the world not to be, to let themselves fall under the trap of the Zionist evil and their propaganda.
Good stuff, Rabbi. Thank you for joining us, and God bless your compassionate soul. Rabbi Yisrael David Weiss, stay safe, sir, from New York, joining us.